Nicki vented her frustrations on Beyoncé and Megan after they banded together to get her blackballed and sued her for over $5 million. This follows reports that Roc Nation used its influence to force Nicki to step down as host of this year's VMAs, and was replaced by Megan just weeks before the show was scheduled to air. As if that wasn't humiliating enough, on the day that she was fired from hosting the VMAs, she was hit with a lawsuit. Rumor has it that Beyoncé and the entire Roc Nation crew were responsible for the whole ordeal. According to reports, this is the beginning of Roc Nation's very calculated scheme to harm Nicki's career and force Megan to seize every transaction that should have gone to Nicki. What's even more absurd is that, last year Nicki hinted that Beyoncé and Roc Nation were playing dirty games to ruin her career. However, no one believed her until recently, when all this information came to light. For those who are unaware of the ongoing silent beef between Nicki, Beyoncé, and Roc Nation, you're going to be shocked to learn that it has been simmering for some time, and Nicki is finally putting it on full display. If you recall, earlier this year when Nicki was fighting with Megan, she dragged Jay-Z and Roc Nation into her rants, attacking them for paying millions of dollars to get rid of her so that they could promote Megan as the new face of female rap.
If that Roc Nation bunch got you feeling like you could talk about my family, and I have a 3-year-old innocent child, have had my home swatted twice with drawn, they magically, no one seemed to find the person.
In a recent whirlwind of social media activity, a high-profile artist took to Twitter to air some serious grievances about industry machinations involving Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Her explosive tweets and remarks not only cast a shadow over her ongoing feud with Megan Thee Stallion, but also uncovered deeper allegations against Desiree Perez, the head of Roc Nation. In a series of tweets, the artist accused Perez of allegedly investing substantial amounts of money into Megan's career with the apparent goal of undermining hers. The artist suggested that this financial backing was intended to displace her, insinuating that Roc Nation was orchestrating a calculated effort to elevate Megan at her expense. On my next track, I'm going to delve into all the people Des supposedly fired for unclear reasons, she claimed. So many were blindsided and hurt by her. Allegedly, she's even willing to go broke trying to replace me. Fix it. Jesus. G. Goodfoot. Adding fuel to the fire, she responded to a post from Roc Nation, which had been promoting their latest ventures. The artist's reaction was sharp and defiant. Spending so much money but still trying to paint me as a broke, independent artist. She wrote, Des, you've got to let it go, baby. The world knows you're trash and can't represent you properly. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Bigfoot, her criticism was not just a personal attack but a broader commentary on Roc Nation's alleged attempts to manipulate public perception. In her campaign against Roc Nation and its affiliates, the artist pointed to her recent release, a song she put out without any promotion or video. Despite the lack of traditional marketing, she boasted that it had already achieved significant traction. This achievement, she suggested, was a testament to her enduring appeal and resilience in the face of adversity. Before the current dispute with Megan, the artist had previously voiced her frustrations about Jay-Z and Roc Nation's attempts to sabotage her career. This frustration came to a head when she clashed with Elliott Wilson, a prominent hip-hop journalist. After Wilson criticized her during a live stream with Kit to promote her new album, the artist fired back. Elliott, if you'd take Jay-Z's D out of your mouth for 1 second, you might find some happiness for newcomers, she snapped. Isn't that what you tried to do to tarnish my image by saying I wasn't welcoming new artists? I've made tracks with all of them. Why aren't you thrilled for a young black man like Kai tomorrow? The artist's comments reflect a broader sense of betrayal and frustration with the industry. Her accusations against Perez and Roc Nation reveal a narrative of power dynamics and perceived injustices within the music world. By highlighting these alleged manipulations and financial maneuvers, she aims to shed light on what she sees as an unfair and deceptive industry practice that prioritizes certain artists over others. Her confrontation with Wilson further underscores her contention that media and industry elites are complicit in these schemes. By calling out Wilson and questioning his impartiality, she is challenging the broader media landscape that she believes contributes to her struggles. Her defense of her career and her new release in the face of such adversity serve as both a statement of resilience and a critique of an industry she feels has continuously undermined her success. In conclusion, the artist's recent outbursts are not just personal grievances but part of a larger narrative about power, influence, and the quest for authenticity in the music industry. Her willingness to call out high-profile figures and organizations reflects her determination to reclaim her place in the spotlight and challenge what she views as entrenched industry biases. Through her music and her public statements, she continues to push back against the forces she believes are working against her, underscoring the broader struggles faced by artists navigating a complex and often hostile industry landscape.
You know how many tweets I've seen you post disrespecting me? Idiot Wilson. All of y'all, for some reason, when y'all are around certain people, y'all feel that y'all have this power. Why? When y'all have an affiliation to Jay-Z in some sort of way, y'all be thinking that y'all can disrespect and violate.
Recent revelations have shed light on the deep-seated animosity between Nicki Minaj and the powerhouse Roc Nation, including its influential figures Jay-Z and Beyoncé. It appears that Nicki's frustration stems from a concerted effort by Roc Nation to position Megan Thee Stallion as the leading female rapper, effectively pushing Nicki out of her established spot at the top. For context, Nicki Minaj hosted the MTV Video Music Awards VMAs in both 2022 and 2023. Her tenure was marked by a significant boost in viewership, with ratings surging by an impressive 37% during those years. Despite this success, Nicki alleged that Roc Nation and its affiliates were displeased with the VMAs' decision to center her as the face of the show. According to Nicki, this displeasure was part of a broader strategy to undermine her position in the industry. In a recent revelation, Nicki disclosed that she faced considerable resistance from within the industry, particularly from Roc Nation, regarding her performance choices. Specifically, she was pressured not to perform her song Red Ruby Da Sleaze, which included pointed references aimed at Megan Thee Stallion. Despite these pressures, Nicki went ahead with the performance, exacerbating the tension between her and Roc Nation. Adding to the drama, Megan Thee Stallion was present in the audience during Nicki's performance of the song. This situation was particularly contentious for Roc Nation, as they perceived the performance as a direct affront. Nicki's decision to proceed with the performance, despite the pushback, was seen as a bold and defiant move that further inflamed the situation. The culmination of these events led to a highly charged moment during the VMAs. On stage, Nicki addressed the audience with a provocative statement, alluding to the behind-the-scenes maneuvers aimed at sabotaging her career. She publicly called out the attempts by certain industry players to undermine her success, revealing a raw and unfiltered side of her battle with Roc Nation. Nicki's comments were not just about defending her artistry, but also about highlighting a broader issue of industry politics and favoritism. By bringing these issues to light during a high-profile event like the VMAs, she aimed to challenge the power dynamics at play and assert her resilience in the face of adversity. Her bold move was a testament to her unwillingness to be silenced or sidelined by powerful entities within the industry. The tensions between Nicki Minaj and Roc Nation reflect a larger narrative of competition and power struggles within the music industry. Nicki's allegations suggest that Roc Nation's efforts to elevate Megan Thee Stallion were not merely about promoting a new talent, but also about strategically positioning her as a rival to Nicki. This competitive dynamic highlights the intense and often ruthless nature of the music business, where established stars and emerging artists vie for prominence and influence. In summary, the conflict between Nicki Minaj and Roc Nation underscores a complex web of industry politics, favoritism, and personal rivalries. Nicki's bold stance in addressing these issues, particularly during her VMAs performance, reveals the depth of her frustration and determination to maintain her status in the face of formidable opposition. Her willingness to confront these challenges head-on, even at the risk of alienating powerful entities, demonstrates her commitment to her career and her refusal to be diminished by external pressures.
MTV is petrified because they got a couple calls yesterday, and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And it's okay, MTV, I can control myself. Because if you can't control yourself, you can't control anything around you, right? But you know who can't control themselves? Roman. Love who do the sleeves. Charlie! So I'll think about it.
Roc Nation's resolve to undermine Nicki Minaj's prominence was starkly evident this year, as the much-anticipated 2024 MTV Video Music Awards VMAs saw a dramatic shift in its hosting lineup. Nicki, who had been slated to host the VMAs for a third consecutive year, particularly significant as the event was to be held in her hometown of Queens, New York, found herself unexpectedly replaced just weeks before the show. Megan Thee Stallion was abruptly announced as the new host, igniting speculation and controversy within the industry. The drama surrounding this decision was hinted at well in advance. The popular industry insider page, Keeping the Culture Alive, on Twitter, had teased the potential change in hosting weeks before Megan's official announcement. This early warning suggested that significant behind-the-scenes negotiations and power plays were at work, ultimately leading to Nicki's exclusion and Megan's replacement. The reasons for this abrupt switch became clearer when reports revealed the influence exerted by Roc Nation. It was reported that Desiree Perez, the head of Roc Nation, had directly intervened in the situation. According to Keeping the Culture Alive, Perez made it clear that Beyoncé would not attend the VMAs unless Nicki was removed from her hosting role and replaced by Megan Thee Stallion. This demand underscored the considerable leverage Roc Nation held, leveraging Beyoncé's presence as a critical bargaining chip. Perez's involvement was not a mere rumor but a calculated move to alter the VMA's dynamics. It was revealed that Perez had explicitly communicated to the VMAs that if Nicki were allowed to perform her song Red Ruby Da Sleaze during the event, it would lead to substantial trouble. This threat echoed Nicki's earlier claims from the previous VMAs, where she had mentioned that phone calls were made to undermine her position as the host. The removal of Nicki Minaj from the VMAs hosting slot in favor of Megan Thee Stallion highlighted a broader power struggle within the music industry. Roc Nation's aggressive tactics to position Megan as the leading female rapper were obvious, and the stakes were high given the significance of the VMAs, particularly in Nicki's own neighborhood. The shift was seen as part of a strategic move to consolidate Megan's position and diminish Nicki's influence in the industry. The fallout from this decision reverberated throughout the music world. Nicki Minaj's exclusion from the VMAs, an event where she had previously achieved significant success and viewership boosts, was perceived as a substantial blow to her career. The public and industry observers alike saw the move as a manifestation of the intense competition and political maneuvering that characterize the upper echelons of the music business. In the larger context, the incident underscored the often hidden dynamics of industry politics, where powerful entities like Roc Nation can leverage their influence to shape public narratives and career trajectories. The use of high-profile celebrities such as Beyoncé as a bargaining tool exemplified how interconnected and strategic the entertainment industry can be. In summary, the controversy surrounding the VMA's hosting lineup for 2024 revealed the underlying power struggles and strategic maneuvers at play. Nicki Minaj's removal in favor of Megan Thee Stallion was not merely a change in hosting but a reflection of the broader efforts by Roc Nation to reassert its influence and reshape the landscape of female rap. The episode highlighted the intricate and often cutthroat nature of the music industry, where success and recognition can be profoundly influenced by behind-the-scenes negotiations and power plays. The tumult surrounding Nicki Minaj has taken a dramatic turn as she faces mounting pressures from various fronts, including legal battles and ongoing industry disputes. The situation surrounding her hosting role at the MTV Video Music Awards VMAs was just the beginning of what has become a multifaceted and turbulent period for the rapper. The drama with the VMAs, which saw Nicki Minaj abruptly replaced by Megan Thee Stallion just weeks before the event, is linked to broader industry manipulations. Reports suggested that Roc Nation, led by Desiree Perez, played a significant role in this shift. It was alleged that Perez exerted considerable influence, demanding that Beyoncé's attendance at the VMAs be contingent upon Nicki being removed from her hosting position. This maneuver was part of a larger strategy to elevate Megan and diminish Nicki's stature. While such industry power plays are not uncommon, the stakes were particularly high given the VMA's significance and the personal nature of the venue in Queens, Nicki's hometown. However, the professional strife has been compounded by personal legal issues for Nicki Minaj. Around the same time as the VMA's controversy, Nicki faced a serious legal challenge from a fan named Tamir Peak. Peak has slapped Nicki with a hefty $5 million lawsuit, alleging that she publicly humiliated him. According to Peak, during a turbulent period in Nicki's career, she labeled him as one sandwich short of a picnic, suggesting he was mentally unstable and accusing him of being a paid informant working against her. Peak claims that Nicki invited him to her hotel under false pretenses, and then embarrassed him live in front of a substantial audience of 100,000 viewers. The legal saga extends beyond this incident. Peak alleges that Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty, assaulted him at a Super Bowl party in 2020. Despite reaching out to Nicki through direct messages to address the incident, Peak asserts that she showed no concern or willingness to address the issue. The lawsuit also includes claims that Nicki exposed him to harassment from her fans by publicly labeling him as a stalker and accusing him of impersonating members of her team. Nicki Minaj's legal team has vehemently denied these accusations. In a statement to TMZ, her lawyer dismissed Peak's claims as a baseless attempt at financial gain. The lawyer argued that Peak had been persistently harassing Nicki across social media platforms for years without any response. They provided evidence suggesting that Peak had a history of stalking behavior, including making disturbing tweets about Nicki's young son. Among these tweets were alarming messages where Peak referred to Nicki's child as his nephew and bizarrely discussed plans to visit her home for a playdate. Further complicating the situation, there is a video showing Peak confronting Nicki Minaj along with other fans. In the footage, Nicki is seen recognizing Peak and confronting him about his constant harassment and the false narratives he spread about her. This confrontation highlights the intense and unsettling nature of the interactions between Nicki and her alleged stalker, showcasing the personal toll of being a high-profile public figure. This entire situation paints a complex picture of Nicki Minaj's current struggles, blending professional challenges with deeply personal and legal issues. The interplay between her industry disputes with Roc Nation and the legal battle with Peak underscores the multifaceted pressures she faces. The involvement of major industry figures and the troubling accusations from a fan reveal the intense scrutiny and conflict that come with celebrity status. Nicki's legal woes, combined with the maneuvering by Roc Nation, reflect broader themes of power and influence within the entertainment industry. The manipulation of events and the leveraging of high-profile celebrities to achieve strategic goals. At the same time, the harassment allegations from Peak underscore the darker side of fame, where personal boundaries can be breached and public figures can become targets of obsessive behavior. In summary, the drama surrounding Nicki Minaj is not only a reflection of the competitive and often ruthless nature of the music industry, but also a stark reminder of the personal vulnerabilities that come with being a public figure. The legal and industry challenges she faces are intertwined, creating a complex and high-stakes scenario that continues to evolve.
Hold on, I see somebody here that been talking.
Who? Is this one?
Yes. What's the problem? Say what you got to say.
Say what you got to
You
say,
want
Mama.
candid camera, boo.
I be talking because I love you, and I try to keep it real with you.
If you love me, respect me.
Nicki Minaj's tumultuous year has not only been marked by professional setbacks, but also by unsettling personal encounters, underscoring the intense scrutiny and harassment she faces. Recently, it came to light that Tamir Peak, a fan who has been heavily involved in Nicki's fanbase, has exhibited behaviors that many would classify as concerning. Peak attended 15 different shows on Nicki's Pink Friday 2 tour, showcasing an obsessive level of dedication. In one notable incident, he was filmed standing outside an arena for hours with other fans, waiting for Nicki's car to leave the venue. This level of devotion could easily be interpreted as stalker-like behavior, adding a troubling dimension to the ongoing drama. The situation surrounding Peak took a new twist when allegations emerged suggesting that Roc Nation might be orchestrating some of the drama. Reports indicated that Roc Nation, a major player in the industry with ties to prominent figures like Jay-Z and Beyoncé, was allegedly following Peak on Instagram. This revelation sparked outrage among fans and industry observers, who saw it as evidence of a deliberate attempt to undermine Nicki's career. The connection between Roc Nation and Peak seemed to validate Nicki's claims that there was a coordinated effort to sabotage her success. The notion that Roc Nation might be behind these orchestrated attacks highlights a broader issue within the industry. Nicki Minaj had previously suggested that powerful entities were working against her, and the allegations against Roc Nation seemed to reinforce her concerns. The idea that such an influential organization could be involved in fabricating stories or manipulating situations to harm Nicki's career is both disturbing and indicative of the lengths to which some entities might go to achieve their goals. The situation has led to discussions about Nicki's relationship with her fanbase. Some industry insiders and observers have suggested that Nicki's close engagement with her fans might be contributing to her problems. They argue that her accessibility allows individuals like Peak to cross boundaries and engage in problematic behavior. This perspective suggests that while fan interaction is a crucial part of maintaining a connection with supporters, It can also expose celebrities to potential exploitation and manipulation by those with ulterior motives. One notable piece of advice given to Nicki was to reconsider the level of access she provides to her fans. The argument here is that highly accessible celebrities are more vulnerable to being targeted by individuals who may take personal grievances or perceived slights very seriously. In Peak's case, it appears that his intense dedication to Nicki and his subsequent legal actions might have been driven by a sense of betrayal or rejection. Such behavior highlights the fine line between dedicated fandom and unhealthy obsession. Furthermore, Roc Nation's involvement in this situation highlights the darker aspects of industry politics. The alleged manipulation and strategic moves by powerful entities to undermine Nicki Minaj reflect the complex and often ruthless nature of the music business. Peak's potential use as a pawn in a larger scheme highlights the lengths to which some organizations might go to gain a competitive advantage or reshape the industry landscape. In conclusion, the ongoing saga involving Nicki Minaj, Peak, and Roc Nation illustrates the intricate and often troubling dynamics within the entertainment industry. From Peak's obsessive behavior to the alleged interference by Roc Nation, the situation reveals the challenges and vulnerabilities faced by high-profile figures in the spotlight. The controversy not only underscores the intense scrutiny that celebrities endure, but also highlights the potential for exploitation and manipulation within the industry. As the situation continues to develop, it remains to be seen how these issues will be resolved and what impact they will have on Nicki Minaj's career and personal life. He wants revenge because he can no longer access Nicki like his friends do. Someone else asked, "Please tell me why Roc Nation is following that man who is suing her. I can't get Roc Nation to spend their money on Megan and the other artists instead of paying to get at Nicki Minaj." Now, I'm curious about your opinions about Beyoncé's decision to let Roc Nation pursue Nicki. Do you believe Nicki is truly being targeted? Have you thought of anything to do? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to click this link to watch another extremely messy video.